of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Welcome to INCRadio Oregon, where our brethren from different parts of Oregon, Washington, California, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming greet you. Come get to know all of our brethren from the Ecclesiastical District of Oregon and explore our activities, experiences, and sceneries. This is Oregon.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today on INCradio Oregon. Good afternoon, everyone here from the local congregation of Vancouver. I'm your host for today, Sister Flo Guillermo, and it's a really nice day today. It's not quite super sunny, but it's a good temperature to be out there today. So I hope you're enjoying your weather wherever you are. And so our topic today is entitled Food for Optimum Energy, and we hope that you enjoy our show today. But before we go on, we'd like to greet our brother Eduardo V. Manalo. He's our executive minister, as well as brother Angelo Eranio Manalo, our CFO, CFO coordinator, CEBSI, CEO, president. And I hope that all of you, or both of you, are doing well, Paul. And thank you for everything that you always do for us here all over the world. And we also have birthday and wedding anniversary greetings that I'd like to just share. And today, April 20th, is Sister Lauren Bludgett's birthday. She's from the local congregation of Beaverton. She is one of our hosts here on INCradio Oregon. And then on April 25, we have Brother Art Morales from the local congregation of Vancouver. So he's coming up in the following week. And then for wedding anniversaries, we have, that's coming up in the coming week, we have on April 23rd, Brother Warren Maneja. He's the resident minister of the local congregation of Oregon City, as well as Sister Elaine Maneja, his beautiful wife. And then on April 25 is the wedding anniversary of Brother Fernan Tubiera and Sister Felma Tubiera, head deacon and head local secretary, respectively, from the local congregation of Beaverton. And let's see what else we have for our show today. Be sure to greet us on the live chat. I see it rolling up there. So thank you so much for joining us, and share your greetings to your friends, your loved ones. Make sure to hashtag your local congregation and group worship service. And because we're talking about food for energy, okay? So your question to answer us in our live chat is, what is your go-to food for energy? Let us know, and we can possibly we'll read them. Hopefully, we'll catch them on our live chat. So our behind the scenes, who is Brother Jess Guillermo, helping me to catch all the live chats. Okay, and so we're excited today for our show and we hope that you'll find it interesting. We are all busy people juggling, many responsibilities. Many times we feel our energy decline by mid-morning or mid-afternoon. Have you ever wondered how we can still eat healthy, have energy simultaneously, and do everything we need to do in a day? Well, let's find out from our sister who is graciously giving her time for our show today and share her expertise on our topic for staying healthy. Hi, Sister Madeline.
Hi, Ate Flo. Hi, everybody in Oregon, the district over there. We miss you very much. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us what locale and district you're from, your
Sure,
duties, and then tell
sure.
us what you do for for a living.
Of course. So, I'm Sister Madeline. I'm currently in the local congregation of Roseville. Some of you may recognize me from INCRadio Sacramento, and I used to be in the same district when Oregon, way back when, was Washington PNW district. So I used to be in the district as well. So hi everyone, and here I continue in Roseville. I continue singing in the choir, as well as radio. Um, and for my day job, I am a registered dietitian.
Wow, that's awesome. And maybe you might inspire someone to be a registered dietitian today. And so we thank you so much, Auntie Madeline, for your time today. I'm really, really grateful because this topic is so essential for all of us. And we
Very.
hope our brethren will learn something um, throughout our show today. And we'll be sure to call back Sister Madeline for another topic if you have anything to suggest there in our live chat. Let us know in our live chat or message me personally. I'll be sure, and Sister Madeline will be more than glad to join us again, right?
More than happy to join, of course. Of
Thank you
course.
so much.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. Okay, Auntie Madeline, our first question. What are the types of food that gives us energy and beat fatigue and we just continue to endure?
So that's the golden question today.
Yes.
So I just want to start off by saying that all food will provide some form of energy, okay, and but some more than others, and also keeping in mind, how often or the portion size for choosing certain things can also give us energy and also cause us to maybe lose some energy. So we'll talk about some of those things, but for first and foremost, the tip is to always have a meal or a snack. We won't have energy if we don't, feed our bodies. We have to fuel our bodies. So go ahead, go for the meal, go for the snack. Specifically, fruits and vegetables have nutrients that are part of the energy creating cycle in our bodies. So for those of us who can do a little better in making sure we get vegetables in our meals, and maybe fruits are difficult in our meal, maybe a fruit snack. Do your best to have those things. That's a that's a something we've heard many years: fruits, vegetables, but there's a reason it continues to be the star food. So continue to have that in your meal or your snack. Fruits and vegetables also can support your immunity, so just fighting off the seasonal bug or even long-term illnesses. Fruits and vegetables have a big role in preserving our immune system. So there
Oh,
you go. First
that's
answer is fruits and vegetables.
fruits and vegetables.
Yeah,
So, while we're getting everyone to talk about, I know some of us sometimes don't really care for vegetables, right?
sure.
So maybe we can help our brethren, our viewers. What are, because maybe some of us don't like vegetables. How are, because you know about diets and stuff like that. I'm going to throw this question to you, Auntie
Okay.
Madeline.
Sure.
Um, how are ways or different ways we can have vegetables
Hmm.
when
Okay.
we eat them?
Yes. So the key is to continue to try different types of fruits and vegetables. So very understandable if we don't like that, we don't like many of those food options in those food groups, but do your best. Do your best to try. Um, if we're finding that, you know, I've only had frozen peas or I've only had canned peas and I don't like them. Maybe there is a store that has fresh ones. I know it's kind of a bad example because it's not super common. Um, but or like, I don't like broccoli steamed, but I've eaten them with a whole bunch of seasonings and sauces on top, and then they were baked or roasted in the oven. You know,
Oh, okay.
try to, yeah, come up with, find different ways. It would be really great if one of the local congregations, if you had a themed potluck, and it was a variety of various ways of preparing vegetables, Filipino style,
Mm-hmm.
American style, French style, Mexican style, and just learn to enjoy veggies in your way.
Mm-hmm.
Just start, just try to start,
Yeah.
because you'll find something that's first okay, and then it may well be one of your go-to vegetable foods. Who knows?
Yeah, I've learned to love vegetables eventually when I was young. So even from young time for our kids, they should be they should we should introduce that to our children in some ways or form. I know young moms usually puree the vegetables. That's a great way to try vegetables. But for us, we could probably roast the vegetables. And yeah, okay.
Or
So
yeah.
different variations, right?
Yes, different ways. And if you are, I will sneak in, if you are a mom and you're introducing, solids for the first time for your baby, and it's time to introduce the vegetable group, you're welcome to blend small parts of different veggies together. Carrots tend to be sweeter. Um, Other veggies may not be as uh, flavorful yet,
Mhm.
but babies' palates are so fresh and clean that
Yeah.
even if it's straight up blended broccoli, try it, because your baby will develop the taste for it.
Ah, good to know.
And
Thank you.
continue to expose. It takes 30 exposures for a child to try a food.
30
So
exposures.
yes.
Okay.
So mommy try. Nope. Okay, mommy try again. Keep going, moms. You got
Yeah.
this.
Okay. All right. We got some young moms out there listening to us today. So yeah,
Mhm.
thank you for that. So for a lot of us, you know, we are the aging population. I don't want to say like how do I say it nicely. Yes, we're aging as we're getting older, right? Does that even make sense? Um, what are the foods? I'm just gonna ask you, what are the foods for healthy aging, Ate Madeline? A lot of us, are, we want to grow older, but
Yes,
in terms of being healthier, because we're gonna need that as we continue going on.
absolutely. So I like to answer this question by saying that aging has everything to do with lifestyle habits. So that includes food choices, but other aspects in your life too. So speaking of food, cooking fresh from home with minimal preservative use will give us long-term health. Okay, so you're developing the habit of preparing foods from home. You're also um, you're also putting in that time to prepare food for yourself and for your family. So developing that habit, it's never too late to start. Developing that habit will be helpful for our lifelong aging process. Okay. It doesn't mean you can never use like a flavoring packet. It just means, finding other ways to develop the flavors. And again, it's just, I know it might sound kind of like a lot, but starting from home, just little steps at a time. Start from home. Even if you go out to a restaurant, looking for the foods that have most food balance. So if you're gonna pick a dish and it doesn't have a vegetable on the side, get the side salad, or get the seasoned veggies on the side or something like that. Try to have all your food groups, even if you're eating outside at a restaurant.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another one is again your speaking of specific foods, your fruits and vegetables, but also nuts are a good nutritional value. They have high nutritional value, and if you eat nuts and fruit or nuts and vegetables together, those also provide good energy and long-term health. Okay, so I wanted to pose this challenge to the listeners, if any, and you at the flow, if
Yes.
there's any ideas of how I compare a fruit and nut or a vegetable and nut together in a meal or a snack. Think
Mm.
about that.
Okay, we're gonna hopefully we get some answers out there.
We'll
But
get some
for
answers.
me,
Yes,
fruits or vegetables with um, nuts for me would be my making salad.
mm-hmm,
I love fresh salad um, with nuts, so it can
mm-hmm,
be walnuts,
hmm.
pecans, or almonds,
Hmm.
and or even sunflower seeds,
Hmm. Yeah,
and
seeds,
those
nuts,
are
and seeds.
good ones to add to that. I think that's really at least
Hmm.
one salad a day.
Oh,
I tried
good.
it for 1 week and it actually did a whole world of good. So that's one
Good.
habit I need to keep going with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a perfect food and it's so accessible. Any grocery store, you can find a prepackaged, you know, salad mix with nuts in it, or even at some restaurants, you can do that. So that's a really good one. I'm curious if there's more ideas in the chat,
yeah.
but
Let
I'll,
me check to Madeline and
okay,
can we maybe I'll give you a little break here while I read some messages coming
sure.
up. Okay, so thank you for all the live chat messages coming through. And we have Sister Melby Tamayo. She's listening to our program today. Thank you for joining us and supporting us. She said, hello, everyone. Happy viewing from Central Valley, California. That's a new district. Or actually, a
Yeah.
new district that just started.
Mhm.
Central Valley, California, for short, CBC. My favorite, she said, my favorite go to energy food is
Mhm.
apple with peanut butter.
That's a perfect
Oh,
one.
I love that.
You
Or
have the
celery.
yeah, yeah. You have the fruit and you have the nut because peanut butter is from the nut.
Yes.
And then the celery is a vegetable. That's a perfect pairing. Good job, sis.
All right. Thank you, Sister Melby. Okay, and we have Brother Armand Kagingan, resident minister of Beaverton. Thank you for joining us. Brother June Pimentel from the local congregation of Albany. He's hashtagging Albany Roseburg Group Worship Service, Eugene Group Worship Service. Thank you, Paul, as well as his beautiful wife, Sister Annalisa Pimentel. Also, we have Sister Rachel Cruz joining us. Hello, sis, from Beaverton, Brother Anacleto Salino, Sister Lexi Acuesta. She's one of our young moms in our district. She's the wife of our district multimedia advisor, Brother Paulo Acuesta. She said, good afternoon. I saw a message. She said she loves the tips that you're already sharing here on our show today.
Yay, so glad.
Brother Albertson McCalintal from Vancouver and Reading Group Worship Service. Kuya JC Esteban is joining us. Hello, Brother Craig Castillo. And let's see. Brother JC said, his go to energy food or snack is beef jerky stick and cheese with a little bit of almonds. I
Sure.
think that's a good
Yep.
good
That's
combination.
good protein.
Um, yeah, he got some protein in there too.
Yeah.
Brother Bam Canlas from Boise and Fruitland in Idaho. Brother Danny J. Angeles from Hillsboro and St. Helens Group Worship Service. Brother Romel Arlos, Sister Rowena Katabay. I saw Sister Rowena Katabay said she said she started her vegetable garden. So nice.
Yummy.
Yeah. And oh, we have a question for
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Uh, it says, what are good nuts for diabetics?
That's a good question. So, when someone does have diabetes, we have to think about, we always want to include healthy fats in our diet. So most nuts give us that healthy fat. So the ones off the top of my head, that it's going to support our blood sugars when we're eating, anything. If we're eating a carb food, fruit or rice, if you're thinking about healthy fat, almonds, walnuts, pistachios.
Oh,
I mean, like most nuts are going to be pretty okay for
okay.
managing our blood sugars.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, good tip. All right.
good question. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you
Actually,
so
that question came from Brother Jess, my
Oh,
husband.
oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Okay.
asking the question.
Yeah. Okay. So let's
Yeah.
move along here.
Yes. So
So
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
Before the healthy aging, just the last few
Mm-hmm.
parts of our lifestyle habits is enjoyable movement, finding something and some exercise, some movement, some enjoyable movement every day, and stress management. And those sometimes can go hand in hand, especially if it's enjoyable movement. But one tip I have is sit on the floor. Sit on
Okay.
the floor because it will make us have to get up from the floor, and using those joints and those muscles keep us mobile for a long time. So in the country of the United States, we sit on chairs, but in
Yes.
the eastern side of the world, we sit on the floor. And we tend to see more mobile and active elderly in the eastern side of the world because we're constantly getting up. Many reasons, but one of them is we sit on the floor and then we make ourselves stand up. So if your body is able, try getting on the floor. Don't stay too long if you're not used to it. Get up, stand up, and do that movement a little bit
Mm,
every day.
I'll do that. I'll start
Good.
that today. All
Okay.
right. So thanks for that. I'm going to pose a question to you from Sister Melvi,
Okay.
and you can give a thought for that, and then we'll move along with our question. Her question is, what kind of foods is good for metabolism booster?
Hmm.
Okay,
So, and who is this from?
from Auntie Melvi.
Oh, Atamelvi. Hi, Atamelvi. I know. I forgot. Is it our Atamelvi?
Oh,
Okay, ours. No, no. We miss you, Atamelvi. So that's a really good question, and unfortunately, that's a it's our there's research that doesn't really support certain foods that boost metabolism. Okay, and I know it's very tempting to go on social media or go on someone's website who's selling you a product, that claims this. If we want to maintain our metabolism, it's habit forming, right? It's our habits. So form the habit of having a meal when we wake up, even if it's small, and not just a drink, like actual solid, even if it's a small amount, solid food, and continue to feed your body throughout the day. So meaning, if we want to boost our metabolism, the opposite of that would be, not eating for a long time. That makes sense.
oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay.
So you actually want to keep your body fed and keep that metabolism going. Okay, but I do have tips. Um, Walking, or even that enjoyable movement, whatever that is. Okay, will maintain our metabolism, as well as not missing our breakfast. So starting off the day with something, even if it's small. I know not all of us are breakfast people, but even if it's small, getting that started.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Good tips. I need to rewind this show later on and pick up those tips. These are great stuff, Auntie Madeline. Okay, we're kind of winding down to our
Yeah.
time here.
Ooh, that went
Um,
fast.
I know. We'll go to our last question.
Okay.
Um, for a lot of us, it can be overwhelming. Food nowadays are getting expensive. So,
Mhm.
how do we choose foods that gives us energy and still stay within our budget, Auntie Madeline?
Yes. Okay. That's a very good question. I will start by saying that if anyone is wanting to, revamp their whole diet, and I want to be as healthy as I possibly can, that sounds very overwhelming. And I agree at
Of
the floor, that's
course.
very overwhelming. And it sounds expensive too, but it
Yes.
doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. So remember that food provides us our energy. God created food on this earth so that we can nourish our bodies. So feeding our bodies is going to be the first step. Okay. The second is um, starting with realistic expectations. Okay, because one little change can also benefit us today, tomorrow, and in the long run. So one change, if it has nothing, I know we're talking about food, but if it's just sitting on the floor and standing up, that's something to keep us mobile, right?
Yeah.
Because then we can grocery shop and choose our own food, and then we can cook for ourselves if we maintain our mobility as long as we can, right? But if we're going to the store, it's not expensive to find like a pre-made salad at a grocery store.
Mhm.
It's not expensive to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on wheat bread, right? There's wheat, and then there's the nut and the fruit.
There you go.
And
Mhm.
it's not very expensive to even go to a small little corner restaurant, and that has chicken and they have delicious salads that are
Yes.
loaded with stuff, and you
Yes.
manage how much dressing you need, just not too much, just as much as you need. Those little steps, it doesn't have to be expensive, and you can start very small.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. I know the talking about food and giving and being healthy is such a broad topic. We could possibly talk about this forever, right? So, but our show has to end. And hopefully, like I said, we'll bring Sister Madeline back. So I want to just say from our takeaway here, you know, take care of our bodies, because it's crucial, especially as we age, that we cannot stop, and we need the energy and the endurance to continue our daily lives. We all have families, we work, we have duties to perform. But the most important food for us is food for our spiritual endurance. That means always attending worship services and being active in the different activities of the Christian family organizations. And so, moving on to our acknowledgments, again, thank you so much, Sister Madeline.
Thank
And
you.
I'd like to say thank you to Brother Moises Cadosale, our district minister, and his wife, Sister um, Eileen Cadosale, Brother Noel Caritativo, our assistant district minister, and his wife, Sister Nora, our CFO overseer, Brother Rod Reyes, district multimedia advisor, Brother Paulo Aquesta, all of our ministers, the families here in the District of Oregon, as well as Brother Arnel Solano, our station manager, Brother Manly Andaya, our executive producer. Our technical team is Kuya Pong and Kuya Nico out there, and of course, my behind the scenes crew, his brother Jess, and all of you brethren and viewers who continue to join us weekly on our show here on YouTube. Thank you so much. Oops, I got a correction. Kuya Dan and Kuya Irino. Hello, thank you for our behind the scenes there in the Philippines. Thank you so much for joining us today on INC Radio Oregon. We hope that our topic today has at least given you some tips and knowledge regarding food for energy. And hopefully, we have more in the upcoming broadcast. So join us and again. And next up is Los Angeles, INC Radio, Los Angeles County, California. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.
We see clearly now why